June 30th, 2021 school committee meeting. We are joined by the town manager, Bob LeLacheur, our superintendent, John Doherty, director of finance and operations, Gail Dowd, and assistant superintendent for student services, Jen Stice. We have one agenda item for this morning, and that is the approval of 3 collective bargaining agreements. First with the administrative secretaries, second with the school custodians, and third with the Reading paraeducators. I will start the meeting with a roll call vote, call in. So Mr. Robinson?
Yay.
Sarah?
Here.
Carla?
Here.
Sean?
Here.
Aaron?
Here.
And Tom here. And I just want to first thank Sean and Aaron for dialing in on their vacations, and apologize to you all that we had to do so. These 3 contracts do expire today, so we wanted to vote on the ratification of them today. So Dr. Doherty, I'll hand it over to you to kick us off, and we can work away from there.
Great, thank you very much. First of all, I just want to thank all of those that were involved in the collective bargaining for these 3 groups. Gail Dowd was part of all 3, along with myself. For the custodians, Joe Huggins and Kevin Gerstner, and for the paraeducators, Dr. Stice was part of that. So I really appreciate collective bargaining does, as some of you know, take a lot of outside time to work on these, and we're happy to report that we do have 3 ratified contracts. The other 2 are not far behind. I know that food service is going to be meeting later on this summer, and the teachers are scheduled to vote on their contract tomorrow and Friday. So we are getting closer. So with the custodians, the financial package was in year 1, 2.5%, year 2, 2.25%, year 3, 2.25%. For the secretaries, year 1 was 2%, year 2 was 2.5%, year 3 was 2.5%. And for the paraeducators, year 1 was 2%, year 2 was 2.5%, and year 3 was 2.25%. I would also like to thank the union leadership for each of these 3 groups for engaging in some very thoughtful dialogue on the different issues, and everything went very, very well during the bargaining. So I want to thank them as well.
Great, thank you, John. So before any discussion, if there is any, let's have the first motion. So Mr. Brandt, would you mind?
Move to approve the collective bargaining agreement between the Reading Administrative Secretaries Association and the Reading School Committee from July 1st, 2021 to June 30th, 2024.
Do we have a second? Seconded by Mr. Robinson. Is there any discussion or questions? Okay, seeing none, and by law, Mr. LeLacheur gets to vote on this as well. So we have a 7-member vote in this conversation, and I will work my way around the screen. Mr. Robinson?
Yes.
Mr. LeLacheur?
Yes.
Ms. McLaughlin?
Yes.
Ms. Nazaro?
Yes.
Mr. Brandt?
Yes.
And Ms. Gaffin?
Yes.
Okay, we have a 7-0 vote on that case. Oh, Mr. Wise, yes, thank you. Got to vote for myself. All right, our second motion, Mr. Brandt.
Move to approve the collective bargaining agreement between Local 1703 Reading Facilities School Custodians and the Reading School Committee from July 1st, 2021 to June 30th, 2024.
All right, is there any discussion? Seconded by Mrs. Nazaro. Is there any discussion? Seeing none. Mr. Robinson?
Yes.
Mr. LeLacheur?
Yes.
Ms. McLaughlin?
Yes.
Ms. Nazaro?
Yes.
Mr. Brandt?
Yes.
Mrs. Gaffin?
Yes.
And Mr. Wise, yes. Again, a 7-0 vote. And moving to the third and final for this morning, Mr. Brandt.
Move to approve the collective bargaining agreement between the Reading Paraeducators Association and the Reading School Committee from July 1st, 2021 to June 30th, 2024.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Robinson. Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll move to the vote. Mr. Robinson,
Yes.
Mr. LaLasher,
Yes.
Ms. McLaughlin.
Yes.
Mrs. Nazaro,
yes,
Mr. Brandt,
Yes.
Mrs. Gaffin,
Yes.
and Mr. Wise, yes. And once again, we have a 7-0 vote. So that concludes the items on the agenda for today. Any other discussion before we close?
I'd just like to congratulate John. I know what it's like to be in the bargaining seat, and it's not an easy job. So good work, John.
Thanks, Bob.
I would agree, having seen it face to face, or not face to face, but in person. So I'm not even in person, over Zoom. So apologies. And John, today being the last day, I saw your note up this morning. So I just want to extend my thanks for 34 years. That's a long time of dedication, a long time of effort. Not everybody saw you working nights and weekends and everything else that was there. Tireless, almost, it seems like. The little engine that could, you never stopped. So, I just want to thank you for that and for the effort and for all the time, and wish you all the best in your next venture.
Thank you.
Agreed. Thank you, John.
Thanks,
Thank you,
John.
John.
thank you, John.
Thank you, John.
Okay, any other notes? I'll take a motion
Motion to adjourn.
in a second.
Second,
Seconded by Ms. Nazaro. And Mr. Robinson,
Yes.
Ms. McLaughlin,
Yay.
Mrs. Nazaro,
yes.
Mr. Brandt,
Yes.
Mrs. Gaffin,
Yes.
and Mr. Wise. Yes. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great
Have a
day.
good day.
Bye.